What's happening, guys? This is the Grandmaster of Faster, and welcome to the first extra video in Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Now, this video is going to go over Bipin and Blossom's son and how he can potentially grow up. Now, it's basically divided into two phases, childhood and adulthood. Now, while their son is a baby, and after you name him, Blossom will want to bring him to a doctor, but they don't have any rupees. So therefore, she's going to ask Link for a loan. And you can choose to give either 1, 10, 50, or 150 rupees. And the amount that you give will affect their son's growth later on in the game. And shortly afterwards, Blossom will mention that she is having trouble getting her son to sleep. And she asks Link for advice. You can either play with him or you can sing to him. Well, Blossom, not Link, because Link's not a singer. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. And that answer will also affect the outcome of the baby. And depending on the choices you make, the Bipin and Blossom's son will grow up to be one of three types of children. If you paid 1 or 10 rupees, and if you told Blossom to sing to her son, then he will become curious and bounce between the two beds. And then he's going to ask Link, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Now, if you asked Blossom to sing to her son, and if Link gave the family 50 or 150 rupees, their son is going to become very shy. And if Link tries to approach the son, he will run away. But if you do manage to talk to him, he will ask whether Link is strong or not. And if Link says yes, then the child vows to become strong too. Lastly, he could also become a hyperactive child. He'll become a hyperactive child if Blossom is told to play with the baby, and this is regardless of the amount of rupees he lent to the family. And it's more likely that he's going to be hyperactive than the other two. So, regardless of what type of child the son becomes, Blossom will ask Link questions about his own childhood, to which he can either answer yes or no. First, she's going to ask Link if he was energetic, and if he says no, she'll follow up by asking if he was a quiet child. But if you say no to that, then Blossom will call Link weird. And the answers Link gives to both of Blossom's questions and those of her sons will affect his path to adulthood. Now, for the second phase. Once the family travels to the location in a linked game, regardless of which game you played first, their son will grow up to be an adult. And depending on the choices made during childhood, Bipin and Blossom's son may turn out differently. For one, he could become an arborist, much like his dad. And if that happens, he will give Link a gacha seed, and he will give Link advice, much like Bipin does. And it's much less, and this is the least likely of the adults he could grow into. The second option is a warrior. So if he becomes a warrior, he will ask Link what makes him mightier. And if Link says no to the first question, he will follow up with the second. And depending on what Link answers, Bipin and Blossom's son will give him a gift. He could give him 100 rupees, he could completely restore your health, or he could give you 1 single rupee. So, one thing you should know is that if Blossom did not play with her son as a baby, then you can't get the warrior. Now, the third possibility is a musician. It's only possible for Blossom's son to become a musician if she sang to him as a baby. And when he is a musician, he's actually going to play Zelda's theme and the tune that plays after you rescue both oracles. But what's cool about this is that whenever you listen to the son's song, your health will get fully restored. Okay, now the final status he could become is a slacker. And when he is a slacker, he will save money to go out into the world and ask Link for a donation. And after he explores the world, he'll return to his house and give Link something in return. Now, what he gives you depends on how much you pay him. If you give him 1 rupee, he won't give you anything. If you give him 10 rupees, he'll give you a gacha seed. If you give him 50 rupees, he'll give you 200 rupees. But if you give him 100 rupees, he will refill Link's seed satchel. Okay, I think that's pretty much the gist of how Bipin and Blossom's son works in this game. So, see you guys for the next extra video.